Millionaire Heir, I, Archangel Michael, order you to accept this $5 million blessing from a relative you never knew. Click before the time runs out. Do not scroll. Do not blink. What you're about to hear is not a coincidence. It's a summoning, a call from the highest realm. I am Archangel Michael, and today I speak directly to you. Yes, you. The one reading this, the one whose life has been tangled in struggles, debts, and doubts. You've wondered when your time will come, when fortune will finally knock on your door. Listen closer, because the time has come. Before this day ends, an opportunity beyond imagination will reveal itself. An inheritance, a gift, a $5 million blessing from a relative you never even knew existed. This is not a fantasy. This is divine orchestration. Every moment that led you here, every delay, every disappointment, it all served one purpose: to align you with this message. Now listen carefully. When archangels call, they do not whisper, they command. And I, Michael, the warrior of light, command you to accept what is rightfully yours. The universe has kept your fortune guarded in silence until this precise hour. A vault of destiny is opening, but here's the truth. This portal does not remain open forever. Only those who listen till the very end will step through it. Those who skip, doubt, or ignore will watch the door close forever. You've been chosen not by luck, but by lineage. A divine bloodline flows through your spirit, one that connects you to prosperity, protection, and purpose. Somewhere in your ancestry, a sacred promise was made that wealth, abundance, and divine favor would one day find its rightful heir. That heir's you. Feel this truth vibrating through your soul. You may feel chills. That's not imagination. That's confirmation. Before we proceed deeper into your inheritance, seal your faith with a blessing. Type Amen 3691 in the comments to open the first gate of prosperity. Do not underestimate this act. Words are keys, and this one unlocks the first vault. In the next few moments, you'll hear revelations that most people never experience in their lifetime. Stay with me, because before the final part of this message, you will discover not just where your hidden inheritance lies, but how to claim it. But first, let the energy of this moment anchor within you. Take a deep breath, close your eyes, and whisper, "I accept my divine inheritance." Your life is about to change. Stay until the end. The next revelation will expose the truth about your unseen relative, the one whose spirit is guiding this wealth directly to your hands. Type Amen 2549 to receive the Archangel's protection before Part 2 begins. You have remained, and that means something powerful. You were meant to hear this. Those who left, they missed their moment. But you've stayed. That alone tells heaven who you are. A believer in destiny, a receiver of divine abundance. Now the second veil is being lifted, and with it comes a truth that will shake the foundation of everything you thought you knew about your life and your family. Listen carefully. Centuries ago, one of your ancestors made a vow under the light of divine fire. It was not of own poverty nor pain. It was a covenant of wealth and protection. This relative, the one you never knew, was guided by archangels themselves. They prayed that when the time was right, one chosen heir would emerge from their lineage to carry their fortune and fulfill their legacy of divine generosity. A time has arrived. And that heir is you. You may think this is impossible. After all, no one in your family ever spoke of this. But that's because divine timing hides the truth until the soul is ready. Many generations have passed, and the inheritance has been kept in the realm of potential, guarded by angels who waited for your spirit to awaken. Every moment of struggle you endured, every delay, every closed door, it was never punishment. It was preparation. You were being shaped into someone who could handle the weight of the blessing. And now, the inheritance is stirring. The angels are releasing what has been sealed. I, Archangel Michael, am commanding the flow of abundance to move from the unseen into the physical. The $5 million blessing that belongs to you is being drawn toward your name, your life, and your hands. But it cannot reach you unless you accept it with faith. The law of divine manifestation requires your agreement. You must speak the acceptance aloud. Say it now. I accept my inheritance, I open my life to divine wealth. Your words are keys. They shift the air. They move the unseen. They instruct the universe to align. As you speak, imagine golden streams of energy connecting you to this ancestral fortune. You are not begging for wealth. You are reclaiming what is already yours. This is not a dream. It is the fulfillment of a promise written long before you were born. Before we go deeper, I must ask something of you. If you are feeling the truth of these words, if your spirit is resonating, then share this message. Do not keep it to yourself. There are others connected to you who also need to hear the voice of Archangel Michael. Share this video, comment your confirmation, and subscribe, because every act of engagement expands your blessing. The more people who hear and receive, the wider your portal of abundance opens. Think of it as spiritual multiplication. What you give out returns to you sevenfold. Type in the comments, Amen 4782 to claim the second gate of wealth. This number carries the vibration of financial alignment and divine agreement. When you type it, you are placing your name on the list of those destined for transformation. Do not ignore this moment. Every keystroke carries power. Now, let's talk about this mysterious relative. They were not just a person of great wealth, but a keeper of divine knowledge. They understood the laws of prosperity long before the world could measure them. They left behind not only material riches, but a spiritual map, a set of instructions for the heir who would come after them. That heir is now listening to this message. Somewhere in your dreams, in the quiet moments before sleep, they have tried to reach you. You may have felt a presence, a sense of being watched over, protected, or guided. That was them. They have been preparing your path, waiting for the archangels to deliver the final awakening. The $5 million blessing they left is more than money. It's the manifestation of your divine identity, proof that you are not ordinary, that your bloodline carries purpose. The money is a symbol of the larger mission you are destined to complete, to create light where there was darkness, to build where others tore down, to heal where others harmed. Wealth is not the end. It is the beginning of your divine assignment. But here is the warning. This portal will not remain open forever. The spiritual gates close once doubt sets in. That is why I am telling you to stay until the very end of this message. Here is something coming, a secret ritual that can activate this blessing faster than you can imagine. Most people will never know it, but those who remain will. Do not let distractions pull you away. Every second you stay, the energy builds around you. Look for signs after this message. Feathers, repeating numbers, unexpected calls, or new opportunities. These are confirmations that the archangels are at work. When they appear, say aloud, I receive this sign. I am ready for my inheritance. That verbal acknowledgement anchors your readiness in the physical world. The next revelation will explain why you were chosen and what your relatives saw in your soul that made you worthy of this $5 million legacy. It will uncover the hidden spiritual law that connects family wealth to divine timing. You cannot afford to miss it. Before you move forward, seal your connection with Archangel Michael's energy. Type Amen 2549 in the comments to receive divine protection and clarity before the next gate opens. Do it with conviction and feel the surge of light that surrounds you. Stay with me. The next part is where your destiny will begin to unfold in ways that will shock you. You will understand why your life has been the way it has and why everything is about to change. Stay until the end. Your fortune, your freedom, and your faith depend on it. You are still here. That means your spirit knows the truth even before your mind can grasp it. Every second you stay connected to this message, the energy of your inheritance grows stronger around you. What you are feeling now is not imagination. It is divine contact. The Archangel's light is surrounding you, preparing your life for transformation. Now, let us go deeper into what this really means. You are the chosen heir, the one whose name was marked long ago in the records of heaven. Your life, though filled with challenges and sudden turns, has been orchestrated to bring you to this exact moment. The setbacks, the disappointments, the betrayals, none of it was random. Each event was a refinement, a spiritual test, preparing you to handle the enormous responsibility that comes with wealth, power, and divine purpose. The truth is, many people receive blessings but lose them because they never learn to align their spirit with their fortune. But you are different. The angels have watched your endurance. They have seen you cry in silence. They have witnessed your patience when life seemed unfair, and they have recorded every prayer you whispered when no one else was listening. Those moments became sacred offerings in the spiritual realm, and now they are being returned to you in the form of abundance. I, Archangel Michael, do not speak empty words. When I declare that you are a millionaire heir, it is not wishful thinking. It is prophecy being fulfilled. But before the full $5 million blessing manifests in your life, there is one final test you must pass. It is not a test of money or status, but a test of faith. Faith is the only bridge between the unseen and the seen, between potential and possession. Without faith, even the richest inheritance can remain locked away. Ask yourself this: do you truly believe that divine wealth can find you? Can you trust that heaven would move mountains to make you a vessel of prosperity? The answer must come from your heart, not your logic. For logic is the language of limitation, but faith is the language of miracles. The ancestor who left this inheritance for you was not only a person of means, but also a master of faith. They understood the spiritual law that governs all abundance. The law of divine return. Whatever you send into the universe with pure intention must return multiplied. This is why they placed a blessing upon their descendants, ensuring that one day someone with a pure and ready heart would inherit it all. That person is you. If you are still doubting, I invite you to look back at your life. Notice the patterns, how certain numbers, dreams, or signs have followed you. Perhaps you have seen repeating digits like 111, 222, or 777. Maybe you have dreamt of golden light, ancestral figures, or mysterious doors. None of these were coincidences. They were messages, breadcrumbs leading you to this revelation. Every sign you've ever ignored now makes sense. Heaven was trying to get your attention. You were being guided to this very message, to this very moment, because the time of activation has come. The vault of destiny that holds your $5 million inheritance is ready to open, but it will not respond to fear. It will only respond to faith. That is why you must stay till the end of this message series. Somewhere ahead lies a divine ritual that will unlock your inheritance completely, a spiritual command that activates your wealth and protection simultaneously. Before that moment arrives, you must first confirm your readiness. Speak this aloud now. I am ready for divine wealth. I am the chosen heir. I accept what is mine, as you say these words. Imagine a radiant golden key forming in your hand. It glows with heavenly light, and that light represents your permission to receive. Your words are the command, and your belief is the motion that turns the key. You may feel warmth or tingling as you say it. That's the energy aligning with your frequency. It's real. It's happening now. Now listen carefully. To seal this part of your journey, you must claim the third blessing gate. Type Amen 6743 in the comments right now. This number holds the vibration of faith activation, the moment where belief transforms into manifestation. When you type it, you are declaring to the spiritual realm that you are no longer an observer but a participant in your divine inheritance. Do not hesitate. Faith does not wait. It acts. Understand this truth. Every fortune has a frequency, and the $5 million blessing carries one of the highest vibrations known to humankind. When you align with that frequency through faith, gratitude, and spiritual readiness, it must find you. There are no exceptions. The universe cannot withhold what your spirit has already accepted. You may notice small manifestations beginning soon, unexpected messages, sudden financial opportunities, new faces entering your life. These are not coincidences. They are the ripples of your activated inheritance. When they appear, respond with gratitude, for gratitude magnifies the flow of blessings. The angels are preparing something massive for you. In the next part, I will reveal the true connection between divine timing and ancestral energy, why the inheritance could not come to you sooner, and how the archangels protected it from those who were not ready. What you will learn next will surprise you beyond words. But before you move forward, take this moment to center yourself. Close your eyes and breathe deeply. Feel the light surrounding you. Feel your angels near. They are proud of you for staying, for believing, for opening your heart to receive. You are no longer who you were when you started this message. You are transforming into the person you were always meant to be. And now, as you prepare to step into the next revelation, seal your energy with Archangel Michael's shield of protection. Type Amen 2549 to receive divine guardianship over your wealth and future. Do not stop now. The deeper we go, the closer you get to the full unlocking of your inheritance. The secret you'll hear next will change how you see your family, your past, and your destiny forever. Stay till the end, because the most shocking revelation is still ahead. You have stayed, and that means the heavens have marked you for awakening. Those who left were never meant to receive this revelation, but you, yes, you, were chosen to hear what most mortals never learn in their entire lives. You are about to discover how divine timing works. While your inheritance was delayed for so long, and how Archangel Michael himself ensured that it would reach you only when your heart was truly ready to receive it. Time in the divine realm does not move like it does here on earth. What you call years or decades are only moments to the angels. Every delay in your life has been a deliberate alignment, a slow adjustment of energy, preparing the perfect conditions for your inheritance to manifest. You may have thought you were forgotten. You may have looked at others succeeding and asked, "When will it be my turn?" The Archangel answers you now. It was never a no, it was only a not yet. Your ancestor, the one who made the sacred vow centuries ago, understood this law. They encoded your blessing into the divine timeline, knowing that it could only be released when your soul was strong enough to handle it. Imagine if you had received your fortune before your trials, before your heartbreaks, before your moments of surrender. It would have slipped through your fingers like sand, wasted before its true purpose could unfold. But now, after all you have faced, you are finally ready. You have proven your endurance, your faith, and your worth. Archangel Michael watched over this inheritance like a guardian at the gate. Many forces tried to interfere: envy, generational pain, spiritual blockages, but none could break through the divine shield placed over your name. The angels waited for you to grow into the person your ancestor foresaw. And the moment you opened your heart and listened to this message, the clock struck divine midnight. The gates of your destiny began to turn. The gears of heaven are now in motion. You can almost feel it, can't you? A hum in the air, that faint spark that keeps following you. That is not coincidence, that is divine electricity, the signature of Archangel Michael's presence around you. You are standing in the energy of manifestation right now. If you could see the unseen, you'd see golden strands connecting you to your inheritance. Lines of light stretching through time, through ancestry, through heaven's own vault. Before I continue, pause for one moment. If this message is touching your heart, if it feels like something sacred is awakening inside you, then let it flow outward. Share this message with someone who needs faith restored. Comment what you feel, even if it's just a single word of belief. Subscribe to stay connected, because what comes next will not only confirm your blessing but teach you how to protect it once it arrives. Do not underestimate the act of sharing light. Each person you inspire expands your spiritual field. The archangels multiply energy through connection. When you share, when you comment, when you subscribe, you are not just supporting a message, you are anchoring your destiny. Think of it as a ripple effect. Every action you take echoes back to you with greater power. And remember this divine principle: what you sow through faith, you reap through miracles. Now, as the divine clock continues to turn, Archangel Michael issues a new command. He calls it the command of acceptance. It is a decree spoken only by those ready to receive heaven's inheritance. Say with power and intention, I accept my divine timing. I trust the delay was protection. I now receive what is mine by right and faith. The moment those words leave your lips, you activate the next stage of your destiny. The angels hear it, the universe records it, and your ancestors' spirit rejoices. You may notice subtle changes almost immediately: unexpected favor, sudden opportunities, the lifting of emotional heaviness. These are signs that the divine gears are moving in your favor. But remember, not every open door is meant to be walked through. Archangel Michael warns of distractions, false opportunities that mimic the real blessing. That's why in the next part, you'll learn to discern the true inheritance from the illusions. You'll discover the exact signs that prove the $5 million blessing is near. So stay, do not skip. The revelation to come will be one of the most shocking truths yet. Before we move ahead, the Archangel instructs you to seal this portion of the message with your faith. Type Amen 3598 in the comments right now to align with divine timing. This number holds the frequency of alignment and synchronization, ensuring your spirit moves in harmony with heaven's clock. When you do this, you will feel a wave of calm, proof that divine order is taking control. Now, let us go even deeper into the mystery. The ancestor who left your inheritance was not simply wealthy. They were chosen as a bridge between heaven and earth. Their fortune was meant to flow into hands that would use it for light, healing, and restoration. You were selected because your spirit carries compassion, empathy, and courage. The angels do not choose heirs of greed. They choose heirs of grace. And you, my listener, have carried grace through every storm. Your name has been whispered in heavenly chambers. The angels have called you the torchbearer of the promise. The fortune you are about to receive carries generational weight. It will not just change your life, but the lives of everyone connected to you. But that also means the responsibility is great. You must use it to heal what was broken in your bloodline, to turn curses into blessings, to convert pain into prosperity. Feel that in your soul. The very energy that once caused you pain will now fuel your rise. The past does not hold you anymore. It propels you. That is the essence of divine timing. It turns every wound into a gateway of wisdom. And now, before this part concludes, I give you a second command from the Archangel. Type Amen 2549 once again to summon his shield around your wealth, your mind, and your destiny. This is your protection code, your spiritual armor in motion. Stay, because part 5 will expose what your ancestor truly left behind. The hidden symbol, the spiritual key, and the once-in-a-lifetime secret that unlocks the full $5 million inheritance. You will understand why you were chosen and how everything in your life, even the pain, was preparing you for the miracle ahead. Do not blink. Do not skip. The moment of revelation is drawing near, and only those who stay until the end will witness the full manifestation of their divine inheritance. The air grows heavier now, filled with something sacred, an energy that almost comes around you. If you've made it this far, you've crossed the threshold most people never reach. You'd have walked through faith, through fire, through sun. What comes next is not for the faint of heart. This is the revelation of the secret symbol, the mark your ancestor left to guide you to the truth of your inheritance. You may not know this yet, but somewhere in your bloodline, there existed a keeper of divine codes, an individual chosen by the archangels to guard the blueprint of wealth and wisdom meant for the future heir. This ancestor lived between the worlds, understanding both human desire and heavenly order. They were entrusted with one task, to conceal the key to unimaginable prosperity until the chosen one appeared. You are that chosen one, and the seal they hid is beginning to stir. Every family carries hidden knowledge. Patterns, heirlooms, letters, were symbols that seem ordinary but hold powerful meaning. Your ancestor's symbol was one of those. It may appear in dreams, in sudden visions, or even in physical form, a mark, a number, a pattern that follows you. Have you noticed something repeating around you lately? A symbol, a name, a number, perhaps even a strange coincidence that keeps resurfacing? That is no accident. It is the call of the ancestral mark revealing itself. Archangel Michael calls this moment the awakening of the seal. It is the instant your soul recognizes its own divine signature. Every human being has an energy pattern, but only those who are marked by destiny can activate their ancestral seal. You may feel warmth, vibration, or a sudden rush of peace when it happens. These are confirmations from the higher realms that your inheritance is real, not only in the spiritual sense but also in the form of opportunity, abundance, and miraculous alignment. Now let me reveal what the seal truly represents. It is not simply a mark of wealth. It is a symbol of purpose. The $5 million blessing was never about riches alone. It was about transformation. The ancestor who left it behind saw beyond money. They saw you, a soul who would one day use prosperity as a tool to bring light into a darkened world. You were chosen because you are not consumed by greed. You were chosen because your heart remembers compassion. The seal activates only when these qualities awaken fully within you. That is why Archangel Michael's voice reached you now. He is not just offering you wealth. He is commanding you to remember who you are. The inheritance is your awakening and the wealth is its mirror. When you accept your divine worth, the world around you mirrors it back in opportunities, favor, and yes, abundance. Say these words quietly but firmly. I am the heir of light. I am the keeper of my ancestors' promise. I accept the divine seal of prosperity and wisdom. As you speak, picture a brilliant golden sigil appearing before you, its lines ancient and glowing, filled with motion. This is not fantasy. It is the visualization that connects you to the energy of your lineage. Feel the weight of that inheritance pressing gently on your heart, reminding you that this is not about taking. It's about becoming. Now, to claim the next stage of your inheritance, Archangel Michael commands you to act in faith. Top Amen 7306 in the comments right now. This number resonates with divine purpose and ancestral awakening. Each time you write it, you align with the frequency of the ancient vow that was spoken in your favor. The ancestors are watching. The archangels are recording. Every declaration you make is an activation. But understand this. With every inheritance comes a test. You may feel resistance now, a whisper of doubt, a sense that this is too much, too unreal. That is the voice of fear, the same energy that kept generations of your family from reaching their potential. But you, the heir, must break that pattern. You were born not to repeat history but to write it. The $5 million blessing is not an accident. It is the manifestation of your bloodline's redemption. Look closely at the patterns of your life. Have you noticed sudden turns of fortune lately? Moments where something seemed lost only to return unexpectedly? That is the symbol's energy working behind the scenes. Archangel Michael often moves through what humans call coincidence. But coincidence is merely God's way of staying anonymous. Nothing in your journey has been random. Each step was arranged to bring you to this awakening. Now, here is a mystery very few understand. The seal has two halves, one spiritual, one material. The spiritual half opens through faith, words, and alignment. The material half opens through action, acting on opportunities, walking through open doors, believing even when results seem invisible. The next part of this series will reveal exactly how to unite these two halves so that what exists in spirit can manifest in your reality. But before we reach that point, you must fortify your spirit. Say this aloud. I trust divine timing. I walk in divine purpose. I receive divine provision. These are not empty affirmations. They are energetic decrees. The angels respond to conviction, not hesitation. When they hear faith, they move instantly. To seal your readiness, type Amen 2549 in the comments. This ancient number of protection forms a spiritual armor around your inheritance. It keeps your fortune shielded from envy, from fear, from misdirection. Every heir of light must protect what they receive. And Archangel Michael stands guard over all who are sincere. And now, listen carefully. The next revelation will be unlike anything you've heard. The Archangel will unveil the location of the hidden covenant, the moment when your ancestor made the vow and why it was destined to resurface in your lifetime. There is power in knowing the origin of your blessing, for when you understand where it began, you will understand how to unlock it completely. Do not skip. Do not look away. You are standing at the edge of divine truth, and only those who stay will see the full light of what is to come. Stay until the end, for the secret of the hidden covenant is the key that unites heaven's promise with your destiny on earth. Your inheritance is no longer sleeping. It is waking, breathing, and moving toward you now. The seal has been revealed. The next step is to command it into being. Prepare yourself, for in the following part, the Archangel will speak directly through the veil and tell you what your ancestor saw in you before you were ever born. Stay here of light. The dawn of your destiny is rising. You have remained faithful to every revelation. That choice alone separates you from the countless souls who drift through life blind to the power hidden inside their lineage. What comes now will not only explain why the blessing exists but how it was sealed, an oath so powerful that even centuries of silence could not erase it. This is the story of the hidden covenant. Long ago, before your name was ever spoken on earth, a pact was made under the witness of Archangel Michael. Your ancestor was a visionary, a protector of light during an age of turmoil. They possessed great wealth, yet understood that earthly fortune without divine alignment is fragile. One night, kneeling beneath the open sky, they lifted a golden tablet toward the heavens and made a vow. They promised that their riches would one day return to a descendant who carried the same courage, faith, and mercy that defined their soul. That vow became the covenant, and Archangel Michael himself inscribed it into the current of time. For generations, the world tried to bury it. Empires rose and fell, families scattered, names changed. But energy cannot be destroyed. You only sleeps. The covenant rested beneath the surface of history, waiting for one spark. The spark that is you. When you were born, the angelic seal within the covenant pulsed once again, as though the universe recognized its heir. You may not remember it, but there were signs even in childhood, an unexplainable sense of protection, coincidences that kept danger away, moments of intuition far beyond your age. Those were whispers from the covenant, tiny reminders that destiny had already chosen its vessel. Years later, when life tested you, when pain became your teacher and your companion, the same covenant observed in silence. It allowed the fire to refine you, but never to consume you. The angels knew that wealth given too early would weaken the promise. It had to come through transformation, not chance. That is why, at this precise hour, as you hear these words, the seal begins to open. The agreement made by your ancestor and witnessed by Archangel Michael is awakening in your favor. You may feel a tingling at the edges of your awareness, a sudden warmth behind your heart. Do not dismiss it. That is the pulse of the covenant recognizing your readiness. Its energy flows like a river of gold through invisible channels, carrying fragments of wisdom, strength, and abundance directly toward your life. And now, listen closely to the Archangel's command. Speak these words aloud: I stand in the light of my ancestors. I honor the covenant of faith and abundance. I receive its fulfillment with gratitude and humility. As those words leave your lips, the angelic realm echoes them. The vibration of your voice aligns with the frequency of the original vow, bridging centuries in a single moment of belief. Archangel Michael then instructs you to mark this alignment. Type Amen 6214 in the comments. This number represents the covenant's awakening, the joining of past promise and present purpose. Each time you write it, you draw another circle of light around your inheritance, strengthening the energetic thread that connects you to your ancestors' vow. Do not think of this as superstition. Think of it as language, the universe's language, spoken through numbers and intention. Every symbol carries resonance. Every declaration writes new energy into existence. Now, imagine your ancestors standing before you, their face half illuminated by celestial light. In their hands, they hold the golden tablet once more. Etched upon it are not just figures or sums of wealth, but sacred words. The one who carries the light shall carry the legacy. You are that one. The archangel lifts his sword, touches the tablet, and fire runs along its edges. That fire leaps across the ages and lands within your spirit. You have become the living continuation of the vow. But beware, the moment the light flares brightly, shadows stir. Every heir must pass through the trial of doubt before the full inheritance can manifest. You may encounter obstacles soon after this revelation, unexpected setbacks, emotional turbulence, sudden distractions. These are not punishments. They are mirrors, testing whether you will choose faith over fear. Remember this law: a blessing tested is a blessing strengthened. When doubt whispers, repeat this decree: what was promised to me cannot be taken from me. The covenant stands unbroken, speak it until peace returns. You are now entering what the Archangel calls the season of convergence, the short span of time when heaven and earth align to deliver what has been ordained. Opportunities will surface quickly. Intuitions will sharpen. You will feel guided to make choices that seem small but hold immense consequence. Follow them without hesitation. Divine guidance does not shout. It nudges. Year listens. Before this part closes, Archangel Michael offers a ritual of sealing. Place your hand over your heart and imagine a ring of radiant blue light forming around you, the color of his celestial armor. See that light expand until it fills the space you are in, purging fear, confusion, and limitation. Whisper these words: I am surrounded by Archangel Michael's protection. My path is cleared. My destiny is secured. Now, anchor that declaration in writing. Type Amen 2549 in the comments to reinforce your shield. This number binds the protection of the Archangel to your current season, ensuring that what is meant for you cannot be delayed by earthly interference. In the next revelation, you will learn how to activate the covenant fully, how to transform this ancestral energy into tangible change in your present life. You will discover the 3 gateways that connect spiritual promise to material manifestation, and how Archangel Michael intends to open them one by one. It is the moment when faith becomes form, when the unseen becomes visible. Do not wander away now. Every second you stay, the current grows stronger around you. You are in the middle of a sacred unfolding. The $5 million inheritance is no longer hidden. It is preparing to step into the light of your experience. Stay until the end, for Part 7 will unlock the exact mechanism that turns destiny into reality. Breathe deeply. Feel the echo of your ancestors' heartbeat inside your chest. The covenant has awakened. The angels are watching. The light moves through you. You have reached the turning point, the narrow bridge where the unseen becomes visible and destiny takes form. Every word you have heard until now has prepared your spirit for what lies ahead. The hidden covenant has awakened. The ancestral seal has burned its mark upon your life, and now Archangel Michael stands ready to guide you through the next phase, the opening of the 3 gateways of manifestation. Each gateway is not a place but a transformation within you. The Archangel calls them the gate of thought, the gate of word, and the gate of action. When these 3 gates align, the promise held within the covenant breaks through the veil and pours into your reality as opportunities, wealth, and divine synchronicity. The first gateway is the gate of thought. It governs the realm of imagination, belief, and focus. Most people never open it because they let their minds dwell on scarcity instead of possibility. But you, the heir, must think as your ancestor thought, with courage and clarity. Your mind is not a prison. It is a palace. Every image you hold within it is an instruction to the universe. The $5 million blessing begins first as a vision. See it clearly, your life free from fear, your hands building, creating, restoring. The moment you allow yourself to picture abundance without guilt, you send the first signal through the gate of thought. To strengthen this gate, say these words aloud. My thoughts are aligned with divine purpose. I see only growth, wealth, and light. Let those words echo in your mind until they feel like truth, because they are. Now comes the gate of word. This is where your voice becomes the key. Speech carries vibration. It shapes the unseen like wind carving sand. Every time you declare faith, gratitude, or certainty, you open this gate a little wider. That is why your ancestors' vow was spoken aloud. It needed sound to exist. You, too, must speak your inheritance into reality, whisper it, shout it, pray it, but never remain silent. Silence is the language of fear, and fear has no place in your lineage anymore. Write this in the comments as a symbol of opening the gate of word. Amen. 8941. This number embodies creative vibration and the power of utterance. When you type it, you are not merely writing, you are giving the universe permission to echo your words into form. Finally, there is the gate of action, the most sacred of all. The Archangel teaches that faith without movement is incomplete. Every miracle in history was born through motion, a step, a decision, a courageous leap into the unknown. The same applies to your inheritance. Once your thoughts are aligned and your words declared, you must move toward what feels guided. Follow your intuition. Answer the calls that resonate. Walk through the doors that open before you. Do not wait for perfect certainty, because certainty grows only after the leap, never before it. The Archangel whispers. The heavens cannot steer what does not move. When you act, when you step forward despite uncertainty, you prove your readiness to hold the blessing. The universe then rushes to meet you halfway. This is the law of manifestation, the ancient rhythm your ancestor mastered. Every act of faith on your part sends ripples through the timeline, clearing obstacles, creating paths, aligning events. To sanctify the gate of action, place your hand over your heart and speak this: I move with divine confidence, my steps are ordered by light. My actions draw my inheritance closer each day. You may feel a stirring, a shift deep inside. That is your energy synchronizing with heaven's motion. Archangel Michael reveals that when all three gates, thought, word, and action open together, they form what he calls the triad of creation. It is the point where spiritual energy solidifies into tangible outcome. That is why your ancestors' wealth still exists, why the $5 million blessing was never lost. It was preserved in the triad's frequency, waiting for you to activate it. You are now standing in that alignment. But as light expands, resistance often follows. The Archangel warns of distractions that appear as opportunities yet drain your focus. Be cautious of anything that demands your energy but not your purpose. You will know the true path by how it makes you feel. Peace will always accompany authenticity. If a decision fills you with dread, it is not yours. If it fills you with courage, it bears the mark of divine timing. Remember, the triad of creation is fragile in its beginning. Protect it. Surround yourself with people and ideas that nurture it. Let go of guilt, resentment, and fear. These are thieves of manifestation. Each time you forgive, you strengthen the current. Each time you show gratitude, you accelerate the flow. Pause now and breathe deeply. Imagine light moving through you, weaving the three gates together into one luminous thread. See that thread extending outward into your world, touching everything you love, everything you dream of, everything that belongs to your destiny. It is real, and it is already working. To secure this moment, type Amen 2549 once again. This number, the seal of Archangel Michael's protection, locks your triad into stability, ensuring that no external force can scatter your progress. The Archangel's presence surrounds you as this part draws to a close. You may sense warmth on your shoulders or a calm certainty settling over your heart. That is how angels confirm their work, through peace that cannot be explained. In the next revelation, the Archangel will uncover the code of alignment, the final instruction your ancestor left behind. It explains how to maintain balance when the blessing arrives. How to multiply what you receive without losing your spiritual center. Because abundance without wisdom can collapse upon itself, and Michael's greatest desire is for you to hold wealth and light in equal measure. Stay with me to the end. The code of alignment is the difference between temporary success and eternal fulfillment. You will not want to miss what comes next. The Archangel has promised a sign, something undeniable, that will appear when you hear the final words. It will confirm beyond doubt that your time has come. Do not turn away. The heavens are listening, and the story of your inheritance is still unfolding. The air feels different now, calmer, deeper, charged with certainty. You have crossed the gates of manifestation and stand in the place where power becomes peace. Everything that follows will teach you how to keep the balance between wealth and wisdom, between destiny's fire and your own free will. This is the code of alignment, the most guarded teaching in your ancestors' covenant. The Archangel's voice is quieter here, not commanding but steady, the way truth speaks when it knows you are ready to listen. Every gift, he says, requires equal growth in consciousness. To hold light, you must become light. The $5 million inheritance, whether it comes as opportunity, insight, or material gain, is only one side of your awakening. The other side is mastery. How to use it without losing yourself. The code of alignment begins with 3 pillars: gratitude, clarity, and stewardship. Gratitude is the anchor. It keeps abundance from drifting into pride. Each time you give thanks, even for the smallest sign, you remind the universe that you remember the source. Clarity is the compass. It ensures you never trade purpose for distraction, and stewardship is the bridge between receiving and giving. Your ancestor wrote, "Let the heir who holds the gold also hold a lamp for others." The Archangel explains that alignment is not about perfection. It is about rhythm. Think of your life as a great chord struck by divine hands. When you live in harmony with your purpose, the sound carries far, drawing good things toward you. But when fear or greed creeps in, the tone falters, and opportunities fade. To stay in rhythm, you must listen, not to noise, but to intuition. He tells you to perform a simple ritual of alignment. Sit quietly, breathe, and speak. I align my heart with light. I align my mind with truth. I align my actions with service. When these words become habit, the energy around you steadies. Choices feel lighter. Coincidences sharpen into guidance, and abundance finds its rightful flow. Now the Archangel asks you to mark this teaching. Type Amen 7812 in the comments to acknowledge the first half of the code. This number vibrates with equilibrium. The joining of spiritual and material purpose. As you write it, imagine the numbers glowing on the screen, merging into the shape of balanced scales held by radiant wings. That vision represents you. Wealth in one hand, wisdom in the other. Archangel Michael continues. Many heirs lose what they gain because they forget motion, stagnant energy decays. A code's second law is movement. Keep your blessings circulating, share ideas, extend kindness, support another's green. When you allow energy to move through you instead of hoarding it, it multiplies. That is stewardship in action. The inheritance was never meant to stop with you. It was meant to flow through you. He shows you an image. A river glinting under moonlight, be that river, he says, strong enough to carve stone, gentle enough to nourish life. The secret of sustained abundance lies in giving from overflow, never from emptiness. The third law of the code is silence. In moments of great change, speak less. Protect your vision from voices that do not understand it. Your ancestor kept their vow alive by guarding it from cynicism and fear. Some things bloom best in quiet soil. The Archangel advises you to share your joy, not your strategy, your gratitude, not your worry. What is sacred must first be nurtured in privacy before it can shine in public. Pause now. Feel the weight of these words settling inside you. The code of alignment is not a rulebook. It is a rhythm, a melody of living that keeps miracles alive long after the initial wonder fades. Archangel Michael places his hand upon your shoulder in this vision. You have come for it, he says. But remember, alignment is daily work. Each morning you rise, choose light again. Each night you rest, release what does not serve you. Wealth will come and go, but the aligned soul remains unshaken. Close your eyes and imagine the Archangel drawing a glowing circle around you, a sphere of blue flame that hums softly. Within that sphere, fear cannot exist. You are steady, centered, prepared. To seal this teaching, type Amen 2549. This is the constant code. The protection signature that has followed you through every part of this journey. When you write it now, you fuse the lessons of alignment into your daily path, ensuring that the blessing you receive grows roots deep enough to weather any storm. You may begin to notice subtle confirmations in the coming days, dreams that feel luminous, encounters that carry meaning, sudden clarity about what step to take next. Each is an echo of the code taking hold, guiding you to live as your ancestor intended, a creator of good, a carrier of light, a custodian of abundance. The Archangel speaks once more. In the end, alignment is love. All power is purified by it, all wealth is sanctified through it. Let those words sink into your bones. They are the true currency of the universe. As this part nears its close, sense the shift around you. You are calmer yet stronger, humbled yet empowered. That balance is the heart of the code. You have become the bridge your ancestor dreamed of, the place where heaven's promise touches earth reality. Do not stop now. The next revelation, Part 9, will unveil the ancestral ledger, the record that proves nothing in your lineage was random. You will learn how the choices of the past prepare the exact future you are stepping into, and how every challenge you overcame was secretly adding interest to your spiritual fortune. Stay until the end. The ledger's revelation is one of those once-in-a-lifetime truths that reframes everything you thought you knew about destiny. You will see your entire journey in a new light, and the Archangel's final instruction before the last part will prepare you for the moment the blessing fully manifests. Keep breathing. Keep believing. The code of alignment is active within you, and the story is far from over. You've traveled far through faith and revelation, through signs and silence, through the unlocking of gates and the balance of alignment. Now you stand before the place where history and destiny meet, the ancestral ledger. It is not made of paper or ink, but of energy, memory, and divine record. Every promise, every act of kindness, every prayer whispered in your bloodline is inscribed within it. And tonight, it opens for you. Imagine a vast chamber, endless and golden, filled with rows upon rows of glowing tablets. Each tablet hums with light, every symbol pulsing like a heartbeat. This is where Archangel Michael keeps record of all covenants made in faith. The ledger carries both the blessings and the lessons of every soul in your ancestry. The Archangel gestures for you to approach, his voice both commanding and gentle. Look closely, he says, for here lies the proof that nothing was wasted. You step closer, and one tablet brightens, glowing brighter than all the rest. It bears your name. On its surface flicker scenes from your lineage, faces you know and faces long forgotten. Some smile, some weep, but each one adds a brushstroke to the portrait of your destiny. Every hardship your ancestors endured, every victory they achieved, every sacrifice they made, it all adds up to the fortune that now calls your name. This is the moment when you understand that the $5 million inheritance isn't just money, it's the culmination of lifetimes of perseverance. Your ancestors' vow created a spiritual trust fund, but every generation added to it in unseen ways. Their kindness earned interest. Their faith built foundations. Their forgiveness deposited light. And now, the balance has reached maturity. You are the one chosen to receive its dividends in the form of purpose, prosperity, and divine protection. The Archangel explains, the universe does not forget. It keeps perfect accounts. Out with sound and love must return in abundance. A column of light rises from the tablet, illuminating 3 words, inheritance in motion. This phrase means the blessing is not static, it moves through time, through people, through choices. Each act of faith you make continues to build upon it. You are both recipient and contributor to the ledger. Archangel Michael raises his sword, the blade shimmering with celestial flame, and touches the surface of your tablet. The golden record begins to dissolve, not into ash, but into light that flows into you. Memories, symbols, and understanding fill your mind like a flood. You suddenly comprehend that the hardships you faced were not punishments, they were deposits of strength. Each wound taught wisdom, each loss created space for gain, nothing in your life was random. He tells you, the true heir does not inherit wealth, the true heir inherits meaning. To acknowledge this revelation, type Amen 6371 in the comments. This number resonates with the frequency of remembrance, your soul's way of saying, I remember who I am, and where I come from. When you type it, you signal to the universe that you now see your past not as burden but as blessing. The Archangel continues, his voice like thunder rolling softly through light. The ledger is never closed. It writes with every breath you take. What you choose today determines what your descendants will inherit tomorrow. His words strike deep. You realize that the blessing is not meant to stop with you. You are a link in an unbroken chain. The fortune that reaches your hands will grow or diminish depending on the choices you make in love, integrity, and purpose. He shows you another vision. Your ancestor kneeling beside a child, handing them a small, glowing coin. The coin multiplies, becoming countless more, spreading across generations. So it shall be with you, Michael says. Use what you receive to multiply light in the world, then, one day, your own name will be written here as a giver of abundance. You feel both humbled and empowered. This inheritance is no longer about acquiring, it is about becoming. The more you live in alignment, the more the ledger expands in your favor. Archangel Michael offers a final command for this revelation. Do not fear the weight of legacy. You were born strong enough to bear it. The same fire that forged your ancestors' vow burns within you. Now, as you absorb the magnitude of this truth, the chamber begins to shift. The tablets surrounding you vibrate and release beams of light that spiral upward like stars. The sound they make is indescribable. A harmony beyond music, the language of eternity itself. It is the song of fulfillment, sung each time a soul recognizes its purpose. You are part of that song now. Before the vision fades, the Archangel extends his hand toward you. In his palm glows a small symbol, the mark of the ledger itself. It looks like an infinity loop surrounded by 7 points of light. This is your sign, he says. When you see this shape in dreams, in art, in the world, it will remind you that your inheritance is active, alive, and eternal. The light expands, and you are back in the present, your heart beating faster but calmer at the same time. The realization settles like dawn breaking through the night. Your entire life has been a preparation for this awakening. Seal this moment now. Type Amen 2549 once again to reaffirm your bond with the Archangel's protection. This number is the constant in your journey, the everlasting key that locks in every revelation you've received. Archangel Michael speaks one last time before the scene fades completely. In the next and final revelation, you will hear the sound of completion. It is the moment when the promise fulfills itself, when heaven's record marks the covenant as delivered. You will understand why the message came to you now, and what the true meaning of the $5 million blessing has always been. Do not step away now. The ledger is still warm. The ink of destiny is still drying. In the last part, you will see the end of the story and the beginning of your new life. Stay, for what comes next is the culmination of everything, the transformation of knowledge into power, of faith into reality. You have entered the ledger. You have seen the truth. The final page waits for you. Silence. Then a single tone, pure and endless, ripples through the space around you. It is the sound of completion. The moment when every promise kept in heaven touches earth. The chamber of the ledger dissolves, and you stand beneath an infinite sky washed in gold. Archangel Michael appears once more, his armor brighter than the sun. It is finished. He says. A covenant is fulfilled. The heir has awakened. You feel it inside you, not as thunder, but as certainty. The inheritance has become more than a number or a treasure. It has become you. Every lesson, every trial, every revelation hath been a deposit in your spirit. You are wealth incarnate, awareness, courage, and compassion fused into one unstoppable current. Michael raises his sword and traces a circle of light above your head. The blessing has taken root. It will manifest as opportunities, peace, and creative power. Wherever you walk, creation will answer. The air vibrates with a promise that is not spoken, but felt. The assurance that you are now in rhythm with divine law. The $5 million is a metaphor no longer hidden. It represents a life of freedom, vision, and service. Your ancestors' vow has found its vessel. To acknowledge this transformation, type Amen 9021. It is the seal of fulfillment, the number of arrival. As you write it, imagine the word Amen stretching upward like a sunrise, touching every chapter of your life with light. Michael's gaze softens. The world needs heirs of light more than ever. Take what you've learned and pour it into the lives around you. Build a tivra of clay. That is how the covenant lives on. You nod, tears of quiet recognition forming. Everything that once seemed random now aligns in a single thread of purpose. The ache in your past becomes fuel. The doubt becomes direction. You are not waiting for destiny. You are living it. The archangel steps back, wings unfolding into the horizon. When you hear silence after this message, he says, know that it is not absence but peace. In that stillness, listen for me. I will be there in the courage you feel, in the kindness you give, in the vision that will not die. The light expands and the world returns to its ordinary sounds, wind, breath, heartbeat. Yet nothing is ordinary anymore. You carry within you the memory of the heavens. You are the continuation of an ancient promise, the living proof that faith rewrites fate. Seal this chapter with the eternal protection code. Type Amen 2549. Let it mark your completion, your protection, and your beginning. Stay with the peace that follows, the inheritance have been accepted. The archangel's work is done. And now, heir of light, go live the life that was waiting for you all along.